WEMB Sports Radio. The following is...
Oh, it says like a Blondie feel to that. I'm going to go to here. Got through with eating guitars, so he started eating cars. The man from Fab Five, Freddy, dancing in the background. There you go. I mentioned Fab Five Freddy because Tyler Skaggs was a big hip-hop enthusiast. You know that? Yeah, we're going to get to that here. I guess let's lead in right now. Tyler Skaggs was found yesterday deceased in his hotel room. There is no belief of foul play. His cause of death not immediately revealed. Police have said no foul play is suspected. He was known as Swaggy, and he would have turned 28 here in just 11 days. What can you say? He was found, let's see, Skaggs was found dead in his hotel room. South Lake, Texas Police Department said in a statement, officers responded to the Hilton Hotel, 1400 Plaza Place, at 2:18 p.m., and they found Skaggs unresponsive. So there's been... Anyhow, the investigation is on, and they will release pertinent information as it is available. There you go. He pitched 2 days before his death for the Angels in a loss to the Athletics. He was one of the Angels, who are not having a particularly good year, but one of his best year. Actually, it was the best year of his Major League career so far with Skaggs. He had won 8 games, already started, this was last year. Won 8 games, started 24. This year he was 7-7, so he's probably going to break his personal career victories mark with a 4.27 ERA, which is 27 points higher from his 4.02 of the year before. He posted on Instagram recently. On May 14th, the Angels accounts tweeted that Skaggs was a lifelong Vikings fan, and he had met Kirk Cousins. Skaggs married a beautiful blonde named Carly last year. I'll put up her picture here on our Facebook, and you can see this on the now most liked Facebook page of any sports radio station in the Tri-Cities. They got married on December 1st. However, their wedding almost was canceled when parts of the venue was destroyed due to wildfires. They said that 1,000 things go into planning a wedding, but no one ever plans on their venue burning. So they were very lucky to be able to carry off on the wedding. And yeah, obviously it wouldn't have been a true tragedy if they said, well, I guess we can't do this. Let's do this next off season. Yeah. Thank goodness for small favors. Phil Hughes, former Major League pitcher. The Angels spoke of how excited Skaggs was on the season. Why not? He was a key component of their rotation. Hughes used to play for the Yankees. He wrote an emotional tribute on Twitter in the immediate aftermath of Skaggs' death. Said, I had lunch with Tyler a couple of weeks ago. We talked pitching and life, and I'm so excited about the season. And Hughes said that I'm gutted. I'm sick. That was not the only Twitter tribute to Skaggs. There's some of the other ones that came out. Parker Bridgewell, I can't believe this. My heart and prayers go out to his wife and family. Rest in peace, brother. Renee Rivera. Molly Knight. Phil Hughes, as you heard just there. Steven Souza Jr. Trevor Bauer. Some people think that Bauer is prickly. Well, not here. We came up together. We won together. We laughed and we celebrated together. Today, we all lose and mourn together. Your memory, your love for life, everything that made you you will live forever in the hearts and minds of those who knew you. Rest in peace, brother. We love you. Bauer, Trevor Bauer, Cleveland Indians. on Tyler Skaggs. Passing away, still we're not sure why, at the age of 27. Nelson Cruz saying, sad to hear another of our brothers have left us. Rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs. Ryan Sheriff. Shane Robinson. Trevor May. Cody Decker. I'm devastated. I've known Tyler since I was a kid. He's one of the best guys anyone could know. Max Stazai. Daniel Robertson. Cameron Maben. All of them tweeting out. Maria Torres. Bryce Harper reacting on his Instagram. News of Skaggs passing. Tyler Skaggs of the, what are they now? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim? Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the immediate. The staff of the Angels right now is down to 3 without Skaggs. Now, and I hate to put it this way, but I know, look, how does it affect the Angels, right? They're not going anywhere, but they've got 5 guys on the disabled list. Now, Matt Harvey is supposed to be throwing bullpen and begin a rehab assignment today. Harvey had started 10 games with a 7.50 ERA, the former number 1 pick of the Mets, start of the decade, and he's really not expected until after the All-Star break. Other guys, Kenyon Middleton, he's not going to, he's out 60 days. Actually, he's out the whole year with Tommy John surgery. There's a chance the end of the month, J.C. Ramirez might come back from Tommy John surgery from last year. He's supposed to begin a second rehab update on June the 26th, though. But yeah, I mean, the Angels are really bad shape. You thought the Mariners were dropping like a brick, but still. This has touched me a little bit. I said 10 years ago, Angels had a pitcher who's only 24 years old, Nick Adenhart, who was killed by a drunk driver right after he won his second major league game, as a matter of fact. And I remember this very well because it was my last day covering Major League Baseball as a reporter covering the New York Mets. I had been hired to cover in spring training, and they liked what I did so much. I said, hey, why don't you do opening day in in Cincinnati, too? Cover the series there. We use it. Well, we've got enough in a Stringer budget to do that. So I did. Now, Adenhart, like I said, passed away 3 years younger. He was 24 years old. Actually, maybe I did not say that, but that was the case. Now, I was covering the Mets, and there were 2 players on that team that I remember we all went around Adenhart that had pitched, they were both pitchers, with Adenhart. And they were, one of them, 75 saves, K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, and Darren O'Day. That's a relief pitcher you might not know. O'Day was the guy that really knew Adenhart well, and it was very interesting about media coverage. You think about the tough New York press. We, in the New York media circles, the prevailing attitude was when Darren O'Day was asked to pitch the day that Adenhart's news of his passing had come out, Jerry Manuel, the Mets manager, must not have known. Just couldn't have known. Could not have known. They'd come up together. They knew each other very well. He couldn't have known. Then again, also, and again, I think it was the right thing to do to cancel the Angels-Rangers game yesterday. I know it stinks you got tickets and you're coming in from out of town, but a man did die. But still, you had O'Day. I remember talking, and I was trying to both interview and console Darren O'Day. I remember thinking when Adenhart had passed away 10 years ago in a drunk driving accident, he was a victim of drunk driving, how just, okay, Adenhart, 24 years, but what 24 years? What do you say on your last day of life? You win a major league game. You make the major leagues. The life was too short, but let us celebrate it. This man became a major league pitcher, even though his life was cut down in its prime. I say the same thing about Skaggs. I remember Darren O'Day saying, "Oh, Aiden, he would have been great. He was going to be a fantastic. He was going to be a stud pitcher and all that." And I'm trying, as much as it is, look, he's got a short life, but it is a full one, and such. Anyhow, that was the case. I do remember that the two teammates of Aiden Hart, and I was covering him at the time, and yeah, that's a tough locker room where you go in there and, oh, look, Francisco Rodriguez shows up now. Let's all go around his locker and ask him about the dead ball player. That's what you got to do. Like I said, that was also, and Nick Adenhart, let's see. In fact, they've got 5 things you ought to know about Adenhart. 10 years ago, passing away, another Angels pitcher. He's remembered by a legacy of accomplishing his goals. And as I said, a short life for both Skaggs and Adenhart, but full ones. Family, friends, teammates, and peers of Adenhart wanted to remember the former Angels pitcher for the goals that he accomplished in his young life. This is Adenhart. And like I said, he won his last game and all that. It's a very special moment because Nick was the most accomplished, and his life's goal was to be a Major League Baseball player, and he certainly achieved that standard. In funerals it often says celebrate the life, and that's what I think you need to do. These are horrible situations, nothing short of that, but maybe we can at least say, boy, Adenhart and Skaggs were taken from us too soon, but what full lives they did lead. Skaggs got married in the off-season. Yeah, it's tragic. They won't have life with his wife, and all of the wonderment that would be, but did have, those months together. That's more than I can say. I've never been married. Did make the major leagues. Was a part of the Angel staff. You got to think about that. And I think sometimes we forget about just, what wonderful lives cut down too short, but full lives for Tyler Skaggs and Nick Adenhart.